Everyone sees the massive headline salary difference for Databricks engineers between the US and India and thinks it is a simple choice. But what if I told you the real story is hidden in taxes, cost of living, and career growth? Today, we are going beyond the numbers to reveal what you actually keep and what it really means for your life. That viral 5x salary figure is a $200,000 lie. Now, look at India. For the same senior Databricks role, that figure plummets. We are talking 22 rupee to 38 lakhs rupees base salary, translating to just $26,000 to $45,000 annually. That's an 80% drop on paper. But this raw comparison is dangerously misleading. The real story is in what you keep, and that changes everything. It is a staggering gap, I know. But you are not getting paid in dollars here, you are living in rupees. Let's expose the true purchasing power of those lakhs. That salary buys you a dramatically different lifestyle, one that, in many key areas, can far exceed what the US figure provides. We need to demolish this raw number illusion right now. That 4-5x headline is a mirage. It vanishes the moment you walk into a supermarket or a clinic. The true test of a salary isn't the number, but its power. Your lakhs command a lifestyle with domestic help, private health care, and elite schooling that would be a distant fantasy on a US salary, even after their insane rent. 5 times the salary? The real math will shock you. But here's the true equalizer, your purchasing power. That massive US salary gets devoured by taxes and living costs. In Bengaluru, your rent, groceries, and commute cost a fraction. So while the number on the offer letter is smaller, what you can actually afford, your lifestyle and savings rate, can be dramatically, shockingly better. Let's make this real. Forget the sticker price. In San Francisco, that new iPhone could cost you a week's rent. In Hyderabad, it is maybe 2 days of your salary. We're talking about tangible power, your ability to upgrade your tech stack, your lifestyle, and your future. The real salary isn't the number on paper, it is what that number lets you do. Think of your salary like the processor in a data cluster. In the US, it is a high-speed unit, but the operations per second, rent, taxes, groceries, are also immense. In India, that same calculation runs on a more efficient system. The throughput for your life, the tangible experiences you can afford from each paycheck, is where you find the true benchmark. Forget the 5x myth. Let's expose the real salary math. And here's the gut punch in India. Top bracket income tax hits 30%, but the real squeeze is indirect. Mandatory provident fund contributions and high GST on everything from rent to daily goods silently erode your paycheck. Your declared salary and what you can actually spend are two very different numbers. This hidden tax load is critical to your real standard of living. Do not just look at that 30% bracket. Your true effective rate is a different story. Under the new regime, with its flat, simple structure, you are likely paying far less in direct taxes. For a senior engineer, that effective income tax rate typically falls between 20% and 30%. That's the real starting point before you even consider the indirect costs. But here's where the real squeeze happens. When you factor in mandatory insurances, retirement contributions, and city-specific living costs, what remains? In many US tech hubs, that number can be surprisingly lean. It is not about the gross figure on your offer. It is about the cash left at the end of the month to actually build your life. That headline is wrong. Here's the shocking real math. And your visa status hangs over it all. That potential ceiling is real. In the US, that peak compensation often comes with a hard stop, a career cliff where your opportunity to build lasting wealth can vanish overnight. One policy shift, one lottery draw, and your entire trajectory is reset. That's the hidden risk behind those big numbers. In India, it's like building on bedrock. You are not just an occupant, you own the land. Your promotions, equity, and leadership stake compound into generational wealth. There's no expiration date on your ambition. The climb is steep, but the mountain is yours to own forever. Let's run the numbers. Databricks stock has grown 100% plus since the IPO. A US engineer may receive 10x the grant value, but pays 37% plus in capital gains. In India, that same appreciation faces a 10% flat tax. Over a decade, an Indian engineer keeps nearly double the net equity wealth from the same initial grant. The multiplier is geographic. Forget 5x. The real engineer pay gap is shockingly small. But there's a deeper cost to that lottery ticket. It is the deferred life, the years you spend just waiting to begin on your own terms. That's a price no salary can quantify. Your ambition gets held hostage by a visa stamp, putting a ceiling on risk-taking, career pivots, and the freedom to build a life, not just a resume. Do not just follow a roadmap someone else laid out decades ago. In India, you are often building the map yourself, defining the product, shaping the culture. That ownership is a different kind of equity. You get to imprint your work on a growing market, seeing your direct impact on a massive, home field scale. That's legacy building. But picture this. While a Silicon Valley peer might code in isolation, you are building for your own community. Your mother's questions about an app feature become your ultimate user test. That deep, intuitive market connection isn't a job perk, it is an unfair advantage. You are not just solving abstract problems, you are wiring the future of a civilization you call home. The salary multiple is not 5x when you factor in taxes and cost of living. The real disposable income difference is much narrower. Long-term wealth is less about the country and more about securing equity in high-growth companies and climbing the technical leadership ladder. The best choice depends entirely on your phase of life, risk appetite, and what you value beyond money, security, growth, or lifestyle. Analyze your own priorities against these factors before chasing any headline salary number.